Willie. Yeah, bruh. Willie. Yeah, bruh, your boy. Check your boy, bruh. Willis. Willie. 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 Thanks, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Alright, how's everybody doing this evening? We're trying something a little different. Let me see. This is all kind of screwed up. Is that better? That's a little better. Yeah, bruh. Let's go back to Willie Cam, shall we? You heard, you guys hear that? Listen to this dude. Willis. What? Willie. Hey. What? Willie. Hey. Hey, bruh. Yeah. Alright, come on. You ready, bruh? Are you ready? Alright. Yeah, bruh. Don't mind my mess on my desk. Things have been a little hectic the last couple of days. Yeah, bruh. Oh, bruh. Yeah, dude. Alright. Somebody's ready for some of this stuff. Yeah. Willie. What's up, bro? Yeah, bruh. Boris is nowhere to be found. Mysteriously, he must be sleeping somewhere. Get him, Will. Come on. Willie. Willie. Your boy, bro. All right. How's everybody been? Everybody's been all right? Okay. Yeah, bro. Bert, you want to hear that fucking Marshall, huh? We'll see what happens. Alright, there's some people trying to join. Who the hell's trying to join? No. You're not joining my thing. Let's see. Let's take some questions while we're here. All right. Necrophyte 1 has a question. which I will answer. Were you affected by the recent hurricane? Very little. I decided to ride the storm out and stay home, which, didn't seem like a bad idea at first. But as soon as the power went out, and in the Louisiana heat and humidity with no power, is not a very good time. So, I evacuated to Mississippi. I have a very good friend of mine that's out there, and went to spend a couple of days with him. We got the power on last Sunday. As you saw my last live stream, I had just walked in the house, and everything was good. The house is fine. There was a tree that fell in the backyard, but it messed up a little bit of a fence, but nothing major. But the tree's gone now, and no, I've not really affected that bad. Just kind of inconvenienced, let's put it that way. Let's see. Josh 5180 says, tell a crazy acid bath story. Oh man, we have a guest, everyone. What's up, bruh? You sleeping? Boris. Whoa. Boris, tell a crazy acid bath story. Alright. Tell a crazy acid bath story. Well, Josh, there are so many crazy acid bath stories, and it's so hard to remember those days. Man, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head that was pretty crazy. Oh, man. Fuck. There were so many, Josh. That whole situation was one big crazy story, man. Shit. I'm trying to think. Crazy acid bath stories, man. There's so many. I don't remember, man. I'm sorry, Josh. I don't have an answer for your question. Alright, Slade Havoc has a great question. Says, since you love everything Tom G has ever made, what is your least favorite Celtic Frost record? My least favorite Celtic Frost record would probably be Vanity Nemesis. Vanity Nemesis. That's my least favorite Celtic Frost record. I do not like that record at all. Just something about it, you know, people make mistakes every once in a while. People try to experiment with different things, and it doesn't come out the way they want to, or they're in a different mindset. Hence, we have Vanity Nemesis. So, that's my least favorite. Let's see. Alright. PRKL666 has a question. Says, do you have the Hetfield Eat Fuck Explorer that you play in Believe Me in Ocean vids? That was not my guitar. I wish it was. That belonged to a friend of mine in Australia, and it was an amazing guitar. But no, that was not my guitar, but that guitar was pretty fucking sick. I think actually James Hetfield bought it from the person that owns it, actually, because ESP won't make them anymore for some reason, even for James Hetfield. So I think he bought it from the person that owned it, but that guitar was fucking badass. It was a very, very nice one. Okay, that thrash metal guy asks, favorite Plasmatics Wendy O. Williams album? Asking because of the shirt. Oh man, my favorite Plasmatics record is Coup d'Etat. That is a fantastic, that's my favorite, absolute favorite Plasmatics record. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right. But yes, that is a great record. Ooh, doo, 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 yeah, bruh. Doo, doo. Yes. Coup d'etat is my favorite one. That's a great one. My second favorite one would probably be a, oh man. The second favorite one would be the EP, the Metal Priestess EP. That is, yes, probably my second favorite. Yes, Coup d'etat is my absolute favorite. It's a great record. The Thrash Metal Guy has another question. Says opinions on industrial metal, Godflesh, Fudge, Tunnel Ministry, Nailbomb, Nine Inch Nails, etc. I'm a huge fan of the first couple of Godflesh records. Yes, Street Cleaner is one of the heaviest records ever recorded. That is a great record. As far as like Nine Inch Nails and Ministry and stuff like that, I'm not a real big fan of that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not something I go out of my way to listen to. Fake Acid Bath Police has a great question. His favorite porn star. My favorite porn star would have to be hands down your mama. Okay. Caramel Drizzle 99 has a question. Said, what did I use to get the tone for Carving Out the Eyes of God? The guitar sound. Yes. It's very simple. What I used on that record. First of all, I used a Moser Bastard V. It was a string through body with a Tunematic bridge. I used a Seymour Duncan AHB2 Blackout Metal through a Digitech Bad Monkey into a Randall VMAX with the matching Randall XL cabinets with vintage 30 Celestion speakers in it. That was it. That's all I used to get the guitar sound. So, that was it. Very simple. Garrett Shop has a question. It says, do you like Gate Creeper? Do I like Gate Creeper? To be honest with you, I haven't really heard a whole lot of Gate Creeper. I heard a new song maybe a couple of weeks ago that was kind of like, it was kind of reminded me of My Dying Bride. It was pretty cool. It was a good like death doom song. The earlier stuff I heard, I think I heard a record, and it was very obituary inspired, which is always a good thing. But to be honest with you, I really haven't heard a whole lot of Gate Creeper. Maybe I should check them out. Christian Grussing has a question. Says, what's one guitar that you have a lot of memories with? Oh man, probably number one, which I have right here. My ESP Custom, I guess this would be the signature, the number one signature they made for me. It's Custom Shop. This one, because the reason I have so many memories is because I probably played more shows in my life on this guitar than any other guitar I've owned, to be honest with you. Like this thing, I've played, this is the guitar that I've played the most shows on. Not the longest, but the most shows. Like this guitar is played, man, thousands of shows. I would say at least in the thousands, at least 1,000 shows. I would say, if not, pretty goddamn close. Yes, but this one, and you know the reason why I would have the most memories for it, because this would be the first guitar that I got that was actually I spec'd it out from top to bottom to be made specifically for me. And it was, you know, it was the first time I ever got to do like a fully custom, like from the ground up guitar for me. So that was a real good time, you know. I mean, it was awesome. You know, I've always wanted to do that, and I never got the opportunity to do that because I could never really afford to do that. And the good folks at ESP, you know, were like, well, this one's on the house. So this one would be the one that I would probably have the most memories with, because I played some of the best shows and some of the most fun shows of my life on this guitar. Jesus Webb says, do you like men at work? Well, do you come from a land down under? So I'll answer your question with a question. All right, Patient 85 says, how long did it take to create the Ritual Killer album? Well, it depends. You know, both of them both of them were done very differently from each other. The first one, Upon the Threshold of Hell, we went in and tracked all the drums, I think, in like 3 days. And we did it in our practice room. It was very primitive, the way we recorded the drums. So we went and we did all the drums in like 3 days. Then I did all the guitars and bass in my living room, and man, it took me about 4 days for the bass and guitars and solos. Then we went into an actual studio with those tracks and recorded all the vocals and kind of mixed it and kind of got it a little bit different sounding than what it was actually coming out to be. So I would say a total of about maybe 2 weeks, give or take. But like, as you know, as a total amount of time, man, it was done really fast. Like, we weren't in there for hours and hours on end. We just would go, when we were doing the drums, we'd just go up for like 2 or 3 hours, and Zach Nolan would play. Then we'd come back the next day for a couple of hours, and he'd do some more tracks. And then I think the last maybe 2 or 3 days, I don't remember exactly. And being that I was working on the guitars at my house, I wasn't really rushing anything. I was just kind of doing them at my leisure. So maybe, you know, a couple of hours each day for like the bass and guitar. And then the vocals, we went in, and that was really fucking fast. I think we did all the vocals on that record in like 2 days. Yeah. But the second one, we were in the studio for Exterminates. I believe we were in the studio for a couple of weeks, but it wasn't like we were in the studio for hours on end. It was like, just like I said, we would just go in for a couple of hours and record, and then shut it down and come back the next day, or come back a couple of days later. You know, it was done really relaxed, and that was how it should be done, to be honest with you. Josh 5180 has a great question. It says, one thing that you wish you could have done differently in your music career. Oh man, that's a deep question, Josh. What would I do differently? Man, you know, be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have done anything differently. You know, I'm pretty happy where I'm at as far as my music career goes. You know, I've always did things my way. I've never really had to bend to anyone else to create what I want to create, and that's basically the only thing you can really ask for. You know, I definitely have a different vision than a lot of people as far as when I create my music. I'm not out to create music to make everyone happy. You know, I create music that I want to hear, that I enjoy hearing and I enjoy playing. So, you know, for me to say what would I change, you know, I really wouldn't change that much, to be honest with you, Josh. You know, I'm pretty good where I'm at. You know, I never really had to follow anyone's rules. I just did shit my way. That's how I've always wanted to do it. So, wouldn't change much, to be honest with you. Maybe, you know, not sign some certain record deals that some certain bands have signed in the past. But we all make mistakes. All right, who's this? GJ125 has a question. Have I ever done any studio recording with your more collectible guitars, Iommi SG, Carino V, etc.? Yes, actually, the Carino V has been used on every Goatwhore record since Carving Out the Eyes of God. So that guitar, for some, I don't know why I got this thing, but it always makes some sort of an appearance on the album. Even if it's just a little bitty spot in a song for like 15 seconds, it always gets used on a record. It's just, I don't know why. I figure it's a badass guitar. Why not use it? You know what I mean? So, the Carino V, yes, has been used on every Goatwhore record since Carving Out the Eyes of God. The Iommi SG, I've never used that on a record. It's more of a collector's thing. You know, it's not a guitar that I really bust out and play a whole lot. It's more of like, you know, Tony Iommi is one of my favorite guitarists, and I got the guitar because he is one of my favorite guitarists. You know, it's like almost like getting a poster for your wall of Tony Iommi, but it's a guitar. So that one doesn't really get a whole lot of playtime, but it is something that I think is cool to own. So, yeah. All right, Blood Curse 218 says, who is your favorite Finnish black metal band? Oh man, that hands down Beherit. My favorite Finnish black metal band is Beherit. You cannot go wrong with The Oath of Black Blood or Drawing Down the Moon. And even Ingram is really good too. But Beherit is definitely hands down my favorite Finnish black metal band. After them would probably be Impaled Nazarene. I'm trying to think of who else. There's another band from Finland. What is their goddamn name? Ride for Revenge. Ride for Revenge is another one of my favorite Finnish black metal bands. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's so many great Finnish black metal bands, but those Beherit's number one. All right, that thrash metal guy says favorite Iron Maiden album. Oh man, my favorite Iron Maiden album would probably be. Oh man, that's hard. Probably be Killers. Killers is a great album. I love Paul Di'Anno's voice. So probably Killers is my favorite Iron Maiden record. All right, Shovelhead 138 Says, why is there a guitar case with acid bath stencil in Crowbar's rehearsal room? What are you doing in Crowbar's rehearsal room, man? Oh. But anyway, that case. Okay. Long story. Short story. Medium story. I had a Jackson San Dimas that was it was essentially the exact same size as Kirk's Charvel, the OG black Charvel that he used to play. And the case that he had for that guitar was told it was on its last leg. So I had this Jackson San Dimas it was essentially the same case, and I was using it for acid bath. It was a backup. And he was like, hey man, why don't you sell me that case? It fits my guitar. And I was like, well, I'm not really using it anymore. So I ended up trading the guitar and keeping the case and then selling the case to Kirk. So that was it was a Jackson that was used as a backup in acid bath that had acid bath spray painted on the case. Then I sold the case to Kirk. All right, Gary Holt Guitar Rig says, opinions on the Kahler. Talking about the Kahler Tremolo. I am not a fan of the Kahler Tremolo whatsoever. I am a Floyd Rose guy, fulcrum style fucking tremolo till the day I die. Things with the Kahler is that they are way, like you breathe on it and it moves. It's like they're so smooth to where with the Floyd you could adjust them to where you could fucking fight with the bitch. And that's why I like the Floyd Rose better than the Kahler. The Kahler's like it's too smooth, if that's a thing. I like to fight with the guitar a little when I play with it. But yeah, that's my Kahler. I'm not a real big fan. I don't mind them, but I would definitely take a Floyd Rose over the Kahler. All right, let's see. New Corpse has a question. Says, how did you guys get all that sustain for the solos on the Acid Bath records? Oh, very simple, New Corpse. We turned the amps up really loud and stood right in front of them. So basically, you're about 3 feet away from the fucking amp with the guitar, and the amp is fucking screaming. So that's how we got the sustain. That and a lot of distortion. All right. Let's see. Patient 85 says, can you give us a hint at the cover song on the new album? There's no cover songs on the new album, dude. I don't know where you heard that, but no, there is no cover song on the new Goatwhore record. Sorry. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go through some questions. It's starting to pile up. Let's go to the bottom. Let's see. Let's just start at the bottom, bruh. Okay. Patient 85. Oh man, let's go and see. Let's see. Ah, man. Billy Hale Striker has a great question. It says, are you going to swap the pickups out on that sweet ESPRR? And you know what? I already did, Billy. It came with EMGs, and not an EMG fan, so I immediately swapped them out for some Seymour Duncan AHB 2 Blackout in the bridge and a Seymour Duncan Livewire Classic in the neck. Speaking of which, you guys want to check it out? Let's check it out. Where are we at? There it is, everyone. Oh man, there it is. So there we go. From what I understand, so this is what I got. I got the Seymour Duncan Livewire Classic in the neck, and I have the Seymour Duncan Blackout AHB2 metal, Blackout metal in the bridge. It came with a Shaler tremolo, but the original one was not in good condition, let's just say. It was just really corroded, and there was stripped parts and all that stuff. So I replaced it with another Shaler tremolo. As you can see, it's a smoked gray. And that was pretty much just switched out the hardware. I got a fret level on it because this guitar was made like in the 80s, early 80s, late 90s. So it needed a fret level. It was just the frets were just... It just needed some TLC. That's all. You know, older guitars like this, the wood moves, frets kind of do their thing with the wood. So, got a fret level, and yes, it is a great, great, great guitar. This is not the typical ESP lawsuit headstock. This is actually a very, very, very close representation of an actual Jackson headstock, because the ESP lawsuit headstocks are a little bit fatter on this edge, and they seem like they're a little bit straighter right there. But this is essentially a bolt-on Randy Rhoads. But everybody's talking about how, you know, it's a bolt-on and all that stuff. I'll tell you what, man. I'm a neck-through-body guy, and this guitar is very, very, very solid. You know, as we got with the Floyd Rose upgrades, big block, the noiseless springs, and I put the titanium string blocks in here because the stock ones that come with them just break all the time. So the titanium ones are definitely definitely a must for me, being that I change strings so often. So yeah. Oh, bro. So, you guys want to crank this up to a fucking Marshall? A Michael Klein modded Marshall? Yeah, let's jam for a little bit. Let's get it set up. Alright. Let me change the situation that we got going on right here. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch the camera angle to about like that. As you can see, I have my JCM 800 on the top. I have the Michael Klein modified Marshall on the bottom. I have a Warlock cabinet on that 412. I actually just recently, today, replaced the speakers with some Eminence DV77s, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with those speakers. Sorry about that. Yeah, my bad. Everything good? Alright. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna crank this bitch up a little bit. See what we got. Just warning you, I ain't gonna be able to get it too loud. But everyone's been asking about that amp. So let's fucking try it out, right? So just mind you, this is just a little room mic. All right. Let's see where we're at. This is... That's just stock. Let's see if I can get the mic a little closer so we could actually... So you can actually hear this motherfucker. Straight into the amp. Now we kick on the Dybbuk. Yeah, you get the idea. It sounds great. And that's this thing through there. That's the what we got? Let's see. That's the ESP Randy Rhoads through the Michael Klein Dybbuk. And the Michael Klein modded Marshall JMP. Really good. It feels right. sounds fantastic. All right, let's sit this down for a minute. Let's go back to where we were before. We'll take some more questions. Yeah, I can't crank it up too loud because my neighbor is literally right there, so I don't want to wake them up too much. All right, let's see. Mr. Walnut 1518 has a question. Says, my favorite Pepperidge Farm product are those little cookies. In the middle they have that little sliver of chocolate, but they're like, it's like a little sandwich. Is that Pepperidge Farm? I like the goldfish. Goldfish are fantastic. All right. 4 Thrasher 4 says, is there any Goatwhore song you don't like? You know what? Not really, because the songs, they're kind of like my children, Even though some aren't as beautiful as others, they're still your children. And that's all I'm going to say as far as that goes. Let's see. Restricted Memes 21 says, do I ever miss being an acid bath? Not really, It kind of ran its course. So, it's, I'm kind of doing my own thing nowadays. But, those were good times. But, some things you can't control. Alright, Deviant Fart? Deviant fart. Tits or ass? What about both? How about that? Can I opt to both? I certainly hope so. All right. As a man thinketh, says, can you pretty please with a cherry on top play 10 seconds of a new Goatwhore song? 10 seconds, huh? That's a long... No. How about I play you three seconds of a new Goatwhore song? How about that? Will that work? You guys want to hear some new Goatwhore? Alright. Let me see what we got here. Alright. Let's see. Let me find something good for you guys. Alright. So, 3 seconds of a new Goatwhore song. That's all you get. There you go. That's 3 seconds of a new Goatwhore song. It's sorry, dude. Don't want to spoil the fun for you guys. All right. Is 3 Stig says, how much money did you win in Vegas? I did not win any money in Vegas, but Zach Simmons, the drummer for Goatwhore, actually won $1,000. And I'm very, very proud of him that he stopped where he stopped. Because all I remember is like we were hanging out in the Rhythm and Riffs bar or something like that. And he comes rolling up, with a big old smile on his face. And he's like, I just won $1,000 on, I think it was a blackjack. Just won $1,000 on blackjack. Who wants a drink? And at that point, I was like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because this is gonna get bad. So But I did not win any money in Vegas, but Zach Simmons did win $1,000 on blackjack, and I'm glad he stopped when he did. All right. Restricted Memes 21 has a question. Says, thoughts on porno grind? I'm not a big porno grind fan. Not really. Would anal blast be considered porno grind? I don't think they're considered porno grind. But yes. You guys see that orb? Dude. You guys see that orb? Look at that orb. Dude, it's a fucking orb. Holy shit. I think it's a guy that died in this house before I started renting it. But I'm not a big porno grind guy. Sorry. Alright, 4 Thrasher 4 says, will you be playing at Psycho Las Vegas next year? I hope so. I hope they have us every year. It'd be great. But we've done it, we did it in 2019 and we did it again this year. I doubt they'll have us back again, but you never know. I hope so. That'd be great. I love playing Psycho Las Vegas. All right. LR Louise Ramirez asks, how far are you guys into with the new Goatwhore album? It's finished being mixed. The mixing is done. All we have to do is we're waiting on mastering and the artwork, and hopefully those will be done very soon. So we're shooting for a summer of next year release if everything goes smoothly. So mixing is done. We're just waiting on artwork, and we're waiting on the album to be mastered. And then after that, they have to make all the preparations that they do, and that takes a few months. So hopefully soon. Alright. Well, on that note, I'm going to shut this shit down, you guys. You guys have a great week. I will catch you guys next Sunday. Hopefully I will have some news on some shows in October for you guys. And you guys have a great week. I hope your weekend was fantastic. Yeah, apparently it's just screwed up. So I'm going to shut it down. See you guys next week. Later.